Alright, so I'm here at the warehouse with my friends from the event. Wrapping up some final trades. Got all of our pickups out. Straightening things out before everybody goes their separate ways. It's a mess. We're going to pack it all up. But while I got everybody here, before they start piecing out, I want to ask them what they got, maybe ask them what they paid for it, and then go over my pickups and document this. And this will be the conclusion of Trade Day Fall 2023, October 22nd. So let me start with Chris, the homie Chris. Oh, I want to get that poi poi off you.
Yeah.
Not today, huh?
Maybe, I don't know.
I can be quick after this video.
Let's see here.
What'd you get?
I grabbed a Power Strike off of Mike.
Off of
Yeah.
Mighty Mike Nathan,
Yep.
Mighty Mike Video Games.
Yeah, for 200. A really good price. This is the
Very
Knot.
slight, humidity
you know, a little
damage.
bit.
Some people call that water damage. Nah, that's humidity damage.
He was talking about how mint it was.
$200.
Yeah, 200. That's a great price.
I like
Happy
that.
to pay that. I picked up the sealed micro
This is an interesting one.
for.
He was asking 5
Really, yeah.
or 6, or what was he asking?
I got him
5.
way down.
He was farming this around. He was fishing it around. Everybody got to see it.
Honestly, when he was showing it to Aaron, I was like, I'm going in.
Oh
I
yeah.
was like, I'm gonna be brutal.
But some of the big ballers had a chance and they said nah.
Mike Nathan was like,
Weren't even that
"Yeah, I'm
interested?"
picking that up, and I'm like, yeah, I don't know why you didn't pick it up.
Yeah, so the guy wanted 5 and you ended up hitting him at 320.
It's 325.
325 cash.
Yeah, and then which is
To an Amazon seller or even on you're gonna list it on eBay, but you're gonna make good
this
money
is
on
awesome. Really nice CIB.
I called you over for this.
$90. I didn't even haggle with the guy. I was like, wow, that's a really.
I was just
cool
like,
price.
Chris,
That's
I think
awesome.
you're gonna want this because the guy just shot out 90 and I never looked into it. I was like, Chris,
Yeah.
you want this?
Cool.
And Chris was on his phone for about 30 seconds and he handed the guy $90.
Here you go. I'm not gonna, when they're already giving you an amazing deal, you don't haggle them down.
No,
Really.
it's
You
that's
guys are
rude.
Cool.
Yeah.
I got that Lufia 2.
It's worth about-
rapid manual.
I think about 200. The inserts
Yeah,
are all
a
super
little up to
nice.
200.
Box is kind of good enough.
Yeah.
What else?
That Lufia 2 map manual for $30. That's a no-brainer.
Oh yeah, you pair them to somebody that needs them.
That's $100 on each minimum.
Word, and you're gonna lot them
And,
together probably.
Yeah, I already listed it.
Cool.
That Musha, that was awesome. Just I've never had it. I know it's a card only.
What'd you pay for that?
$220.
Oh, that's
The
good.
cheapest card on eBay is mine at like $370.
Wow.
380.
What's the next couple?
Like $400.
Wow, dude. Good scoop on Moosh.
They sold for $350.
220, dude. Yeah,
it was
you'll
like
do
a
that all day.
no-brainer, dude. And it's a nice label. Pretty nice label.
Yeah,
for
it
this
looks
card.
nice.
I mean,
That's everything you'd want it to be if you're settling for a loose Moosh.
oh, and then I did get one other thing. It's not up here. I forgot to bring it up, but I got a Panasonic GameCube controller.
Oh, that was cool.
Wired controller. Really
They're like a
sweet.
matte gray. They look.
And it's the wired one, which is like rarer than the Wavebird one.
Oh, there's a wavered version of the Panasonic Game controller.
That's what most of them
We gotta let Joe know about
Most
it.
of them are Wavebird.
Joe's gonna bug you for that.
Yeah.
Did you list it already?
I did not.
I'll tell Joe, but you got your demands on it. You got your bounty, so
Yeah, I paid $90. I'd sell it for $200.
yep, or maybe 200 trade if he had something you wanted. Oh, you're
Not one off. Not on a single.
not
piece.
even to a nice
Not
friend
on a
like
single
Joe.
piece. Not unless he's losing.
Well, you made some good moves out there, man.
I had a
Hour
great time.
dollar per hour, you pulled some power.
Buying stuff, I just love buying stuff.
It was only 4 hours you did all that
We
damage.
know.
You probably didn't sell much because your shit's weird.
Not really. I don't really go to sell.
Did you sell or trade anything?
A couple things.
Do you remember?
No.
All right, Phil. The obvious one is staring you in the face. Picked up Albert
Jax,
Odyssey. That was also from what did you get from Mighty Mike? Oh, Power Strike.
Yeah.
Mike's starting to ball out with the high-end Sega stuff.
Oh, he's had high-end
He kind of
Sega.
started with Nintendo, but now lately I think he's feeling the power of Sega. The hardcore collectors will pay well for that stuff. Phil, what did you pay for that, Albert?
$325.
325.
No,
Really nice.
No haggling.
I like that.
Mike's price.
Did you get this from the same person, from Mike?
No, I got this. I forget who I got this from. It wasn't Mike though.
Dollar for dollar. This is probably my favorite deal.
I got that one for
There we go,
35.
baby. That's what we like to
35
see. That's
for
what
this
we like to
copy
see.
that looks like it's cellophane removed. Like there's no scuffs in the jewel
Yeah, it
case.
has the-
This is
that's
a
what we like to see.
mint
Yeah,
virtual on, and I'm guessing. So you paid 35 for this? There you go. It's always got the rich card though.
Not always.
What do you think the eBay value of that it's worth? Maybe like 55?
55. Yeah.
Okay. And I think that
But
dollar
you know,
for,
I wasn't gonna pay 55 for it, but it's a nice copy.
as a game that's fetching around $50 on eBay, I think that this is a great pickup. Just bang for your buck. Like that's a really cool Saturn game for only $50. So recommendation right there.
Oh yeah, baby.
What are you looking at?
Sunsoft.
Developed by Sunsoft.
Oh, I forgot about that. Yeah, it is a Sunsoft game. Dragon View from a cool dude that I'm not sure if he's ever come out before. But
Jorge.
first time I
Yeah.
really got to meet him. Phil pointed him out to
I
me.
was
He's like,
talking
that
to him.
guy's sweet.
Yeah, him and his wife, they're both really nice.
Was that the one thing you got from him?
Yeah, I got that one from him.
Trade or just cash?
No, just I PayPal him, like he had it for 135. I didn't argue with him. I was like, all right.
Cool. We checked the board on it. Just for
nice,
the
yeah.
condition, mostly just to clean it up if it needed anything. And it was gorgeous. So really minty Dragon View.
Really cool game. If you haven't had a chance to try that one out.
Yep. For how rare it is and unique it is, I think that's
It's a sequel to Draken. Draken's not a good game.
That's right.
This
Yeah.
one is a good game.
They improved it. And then just deals on the 64. I think these were all from Jared. Mostly. Oh, a couple weren't. Maybe Mike was like that one for 35.
Yeah.
But like Jared was hooking it up on the best deal was like he was like, I was kind of finicky when I was trying to get it to boot. Phil was like, I'm just gonna clean the hell out of it and assume that if it works sometimes it doesn't.
A little bit of a risk, but I was like, you know what, we'll go for it because the price was right.
He valued some risk into it and called it 25, bro. And Phil cleaned it up, booted up first time, so that was a super score. But yeah, good stuff, good values on all this. I'm guessing probably like 25,
Yeah, I think it was 25.
like 15. Probably.
I paid 20 on that.
Did you 15 on that or 20?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, it was 20.
How about that?
Yoshi's Island.
25?
No, I think it was 30. I didn't argue with it though.
Yeah, nice copy.
Just wanted it.
Good stuff. And then
the Mountain of Weed.
yeah, dude, I might as well film this.
Some I picked up, some was from Dave.
So Phil, since the time I've known him, he's learned a lot about collecting. He knows about almost every popular to collect library because he gets into it really hardcore. Then eventually he decides he wants to try getting into something else. You'd say that's pretty accurate, right? Phil? Like
Yeah,
you know?
some I've really been I've been really into since 64 for a long time though. I don't think that's going to go away.
It's a way of kind of like trying to figure out what you really want to hold on
Yeah,
to.
same with
Because
Super Nintendo. Just stuff I'm not getting rid of this time around.
you parted with a lot of your SNES games to me at one point, and there's a few that you're kind of like, man, I want to get Knights of the Round back, for example.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
so you rebuild and just keep the stuff that you really miss the most.
Yeah, like this was a big regret. Getting rid of that one.
Yeah. So his latest endeavor is Wii, and I've got a lot to suggest to him. So a lot of these were my suggestions. A lot of them were just ones that he's like, oh, I know, I want to take a look at that. And he decided these are all the ones that he wanted to get from me. And this was really almost a one-for-one trade. Like everything you see here and these GBA games. So a big pile of Wii. That's how it goes with Wii. That's why collecting Wii is great right now. Wii on the cheap. All repros, by the way. Very cheap on those. Phil hooked me up, 5 a piece on these repros. But the GBA games you see here, pretty cool on the Dragon Warrior, Monsters 2 set there. Love the Shining set, Shining Duo. Nice cards here, just nice labels. Castlevania set, got the trilogy there, and adds up like crazy. So cool collectible stack of Wii games for that. So thank you, Phil. Thanks for doing the recap with me. McLaughlin,
Yeah.
what'd you get?
This the original Game Boy.
Okay, how much?
Like $5.
5,
I think,
cheap.
something like that.
You picked this up at M&M.
Yep.
I think you might have paid a little bit up
Yeah,
for
I know.
it, but really nice copy of Kia.
It's on wheels game
Pretty-
I like.
Are you familiar with this game?
Yes.
Played it before?
It's a platformer.
Recommend it? Good one.
Underrated.
Cool.
It's on wheels game. I always liked this game.
That was
I had
pretty
it
cheap.
growing up.
Pretty cheap.
Yeah.
Like 5.
And this one, not in the best shape.
Dog's Life. That's like a 15er. But with that condition,
Yeah, it's a little
you paid 10.
something like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a cool hidden gem. It plays kind of like a Rockstar game almost, like a bully, right? Like a It's like a Grand Theft Auto as a dog almost.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's bizarre.
And this frontlit modded GBA.
This you got a deal on. So front lit mod, pretty clean, huh?
Yeah.
$80.
68.
Oh, 68.
Yeah, that's all I had left on me.
Wow,
Let me
dude.
add it for that.
That was nice to him. $68 for that. That's the score, dude. Gage, did you have something I could quickly recap?
Oh, dude, I got a lot of somethings. So we'll start with the boring shit over here. I got all these guidebooks plus one more Halo 3 guide. $5 for all of them.
Oh, for all.
All
The
of
guy just wanted them
I
gone.
wanted them gone.
I like the
okay,
Dead
I'll
Space.
take them away. I like the Fallout 3. Dead
Yeah.
Space was probably the standout. The rest are all pretty common.
Yeah, there's not much value here, but just
For
$5.
$5,
Yeah.
it's sweet, super sweet.
Pass
So,
the deal on to the next person is kind of my approach with stuff like that. Or keep what you want out of it and then pass it off.
coming over here, just some games I was grabbing as I was going.
I like 10 shoes.
I paid $5 a piece on these. I paid about 10
Very
for each
good.
of these. 18 on that. This is cool. Little combo.
I really thought this was interesting. Paid $13.
$13 for that.
I
like
haven't
that.
seen that combo before too. I like that the manual is unique too. So this is like a true, like, the discs aren't unique, but it's like that's a cool packaging job, and you don't see that very often. It's very uncommon. No Manny in the Tenchu.
No Manny in the Tenchu.
Okay, for 18. That makes
This
sense.
I bought a copy because I wanted to keep it for myself, and then I ended up finding another copy we'll see later for cheaper. So I bought this. I was like, dang, still an okay price, a good game. This I paid about $5 for. Got it in a swap. This is actually for the man behind the camera. Really cool game.
Yeah,
It's
I want-
empty.
No cart, but case manual. So one to try to pair up because that's a cool title for
Oh,
5.
yeah.
Just to get you almost there to CIB for $5. Like absolutely, you just need a
I
cart.
scooped that one. Good price.
You paid 5 less than Phil paid for his.
I
out there.
did, and I got this.
You
I got
outscored
this
him.
for you basically. Paid a good
Oh,
price
yeah.
to trade it in. I
Yeah.
don't want it. I don't do
Well,
64.
what happened though? Remember that box? We got $5 for the box for Frank. So basically, it was like $15.
Oh yes, yeah. Yours
About the
came
same.
boxed.
Good prices.
That's
Yeah,
why
yeah.
yours was
Good
20.
prices.
Yeah, yeah. That makes
This
sense.
I got this and
It's got herpes.
an Xbox Buffy game. I got them for like $33 for the pair, which I was pretty
That's
happy
good.
with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Chaos Bleeds on Xbox. I saw
That's
it. I
correct.
think it was complete.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
a nice copy.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
33.
keep that for girl. She'll like that. This I traded. This is cool. I got a black Game Boy Advance and this for 50 trade. The Advance works. It just needs a reshell.
Nice.
And I traded off something I just didn't care about. He was like, "Well, would you do this?" And I was like, "Yeah, absolutely." I couldn't tell you what I got rid of.
What's
but-
that worth? Did you even
I
look?
didn't look it up. He said 25, and I said Digimon, GBA.
That'd be
Sounds
fun
good.
to look. Yeah.
Sounds
We'll have
good.
to see
Yeah.
if that was
How
a mega score or what, but I don't see that one often at all. I haven't
This-
seen that in a long time.
This stack of Pokemon, this little box set Pokemon manga. This is a second gen. Pokemon Adventures, Johto.
Is it of the era, second gen, like early 2000s?
Yeah, this
release?
is a first print Viz
Cool.
Media. Some loose ones. I got all this. In a lot, I paid $120 for.
Oh
and
wow, this
the-
has some value.
This has a lot of upside. He wanted $40 for this. I ended up paying basically 25.
So for 120, there's more stuff.
There's way more stuff, and
Oh,
we're gonna walk in that direction.
Okay. Yep.
We'll glance over this. This is stuff that Dave and I have to settle up on. I don't know what you paid for this whole stack.
Oh yeah, I remember.
I just know that
225. This guy was such
I was $75 into this because you needed some money. So we have to figure that out.
couldn't believe the valuation breakdown that he was doing. He was just like, yeah, I like to do price sharding plus, which I know is retail, but I'm not a retailer. Like, I'm going to discount it from there. And I'm like, okay, all that sounds pretty good. These are nice shape, CIB, so really nice. No stickers on these cases. I could pull it out and show you, but really nice CIB, Kirby's Return to Dreamland. Obviously, the Switch port has taken that one down a bit, but still, wait until I tell you these numbers. Really crispy, printy here, like whatever collector's edition this is. But nice CIBs of both Star Oceans. Battle Network 1, money, hard to find. I don't know what happened to these values though. And 6, another one of the two
It's a
sixes.
cool one. I have the other one. I think this is actually the one that's a little more uncommon.
Cool. And then I know they brought those to Switch, but I don't know how the originals are doing. But the
Yeah.
value here total was $225.
Pretty solid.
Smoking deal. He was like 15 on Return to Dreamland. Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
70 on Origins, Batten Kaiser's Origins, super nice CIB. I was like, I'm not gonna look it up. I could just that was like one of the last ones he did for me, but it was like 15 a piece on the Star Oceans. Done.
Really good.
He did 10 on Prinny. Done.
I think this was 25.
You
And
call
a
it-
separate deal, and then you probably shrunk it.
50 for Network One and Akiba's Trip. $50. So I was like, I already know your standards of pricing. It's just like you're hooking people up. So $225 for all that.
Super solid.
25 for Batten Kaitos. Really nice.
Really
CIB.
good.
So
This is less exciting. We got this from your buddy. I think his name is. He was hurt. He had a hernia. We were carrying
Frank.
Frank.
yeah.
So we got this stack from him for $50, and this is the thing I was the most excited about. He basically called this like $8 or $9, which I
Okay.
really liked at that price. Everything else is a little bit less.
Tenkaichi no manual. It's a player's copy, but that has so much gameplay demand.
Right. I
that
think
probably
it's a
solid, bro.
$15, $20 game still.
Probably. I haven't looked, but I bet even no manual is probably a solid 20.
These are cool. Some Nintendo first party cheap games. This I think he called like $3. This was like $5. I was like,
Okay.
dude, absolutely. I personally wanted these because
That
these are
N plus is actually super cool.
these are
Cool game.
list games for me. I want that.
Play
That's
it.
cool.
Yes.
These are
N plus
so
is
it's
cool.
kind of like
It's a good game.
for $50. It's not really a split, but we'll figure out what it is. Like this
Okay.
is for me. This is for you. It's kind of how I was
Gage picked
thinking
those up
that
for
out.
50, and I approve of that. It's
This-
solid.
This is cool, man. This is a Vita TV. I don't.
Remember the
You
trade?
said this is worth over $100.
Probably 100 to 120 or so.
I traded a crusty Golden Sun cart only with a nice manual, and you threw in a Metal Gear Solid NES
On
that you
NES.
had $10 on it for this.
Yeah. It was kind of like neither Gage or us want this thing, but
I
there's
actually,
value.
I actually kind of do because you can put all your PS1 games on this
Dude,
and use it as a PS1.
and you got to score. Because I was treating
Yeah.
it like I just don't really care much about it.
The thing
And
that
so
sucks is there's no memory card and the Vita cards are expensive. But
Yeah.
for the price that we're into it, it's like,
Yeah.
dude, why not?
one of those things where sometimes you're only gonna do a deal if it's like you're getting a good value in exchange for what you're coming off. So that was a great value there.
This is the rest of it. Oh, I'd like to go through the bag first.
Okay.
Oh, actually, no. Bags last because that's the best stuff.
Let's do this.
David,
Tell about this first.
Yeah, so this box is a really cool vintage TMNT box. Like, I mean, it's got wonderful art all around it. Really pretty.
It's Big Gabe, big reselling Gabe, big ballin', high end. It's his employee,
Corey. I think
Corey.
that's his name.
and
Nice guy.
Yep.
He wanted $60 cash for this because he didn't want to take it home, and I was out of cash. So I was like, "What do we do?" And we ended up triangle trading, and it was a Stevens trade, I think. But it,
What did you do? What was
so
it?
you
It was 100 trade.
You tossed in some PS2 games. I had some Switch games. It was $100 of our trade stuff for this. So we're both basically $50 in this
Solid.
together.
That's all right.
It's about $120
Cool.
on the low end.
Yeah, it's cool.
And I have a friend that will really love this, so I'm gonna gift it to him.
These are from the early 90s. Yeah?
Oh yes, this is legit skis.
1990, 89.
These are my lame pickups in here. These are my like not super crazy pickups. So the only Pokemon manga I wanted to keep, it's the first 3 in 1. It's just cool, easy. I want to actually read that. This I picked up at Retro Rat, 1995. Really nice Star Wars Droids graphic novel. I thought that was kind
Looks
of cool.
nice.
This is that guidebook I was telling you about.
Okay.
And then all these games in here, I got for cheap. I think I paid less than $10 a piece for these PS4 games, and there was some over there that was in that same lot.
Yeah.
I got the Ragnarok from a kid for $30, which I really want to play this bad.
Oh,
So
it costs that much, huh?
yeah, well, it's still fresh.
Hasn't really
And
come
then,
down.
you know what I think about Upside, Dave?
What?
This is on PS5. Who's buying the PS4
Oh,
version?
like Twilight Princess on
Twilight
GameCube?
Princess. It's probably not a hard speculate, but I'm speculating a little bit. I want to play it, so I don't really care.
Interesting.
I paid $7 for Bejeweled just because it's a nice copy, and it's
What'd
a
you
cool-
pay on Sly Collection? That one's kind of
So,
and Jack
Sly
Collection.
and
These
Jack.
Are, ooh,
Sly
I like
Jack.
the theme here. Look at this. Look at that.
I did well, yes.
Boom. Look at these PS2 classics.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and Metal. Look at this guy. Look at that feng shui.
Yeah, so this guy here, I paid $10 for.
Excellent. It's always cheap, but
These
it's
two
excellent
games-
content value.
These two, I think I paid $10 for
It's
this
close
as
to
well.
a 50, right? Oh, you had a market.
I don't know, but here's the deal: that Pokemon manga stuff, these
Yeah.
two games, and this is what I paid $100.
Oh, this came from
for.
Daniel, Atomico Games, Sarasota. Daniel Wade.
So I paid $120 for the flag.
Oh man.
The two PS3
I love it,
collections, and the Pokemon manga.
All stuff that's straight up your alley.
Yep, and this is gonna go in my wallet. Home.
That felt like good spending. See, okay, you know the money you spent at Goodwill
Yeah.
and Dusty's and the M&Ms and stuff? Like, I think you would agree that the trade event spending was.
Oh, dude, it was way
the
better. I
best.
should have saved my cash, but I
It's all
put it
right.
on my card.
You're
It is
supporting
what it
local
is.
businesses,
Which I'm always happy to do.
and you're getting what you want. But it's like,
crossed
man,
a lot of commons off my list, which
the-
I'm always happy
the
about.
deals are from the people, man.
Absolutely, and we're not even to a crazy deal I've got in here yet. So, I got the Bard sale for free,
What was Jack and Daxter really? Oh, it was marked at 20, I think.
20. But again, I got the 2 of those with that flag.
Mm-hmm.
This I got from Evan for 10.
Which
and
one?
then Star Wars Republic Commando.
Yep.
And then that's the Buffy we were talking about earlier. I got
Yep,
that
yep.
with the Metroid. This
For
360 right here,
$33.
I got from a kid that just was churning and burning.
Clean white boy.
What did I pay for this? I want you to guess.
Hard.
It's got a 250 hard.
Okay. Hookups,
It has the power brick.
which is great. Videos are dime a
Right, and
dozen.
I have tons of
Controller,
controllers.
dime a dozen. You got the plug-in
What
controllers.
did I pay for this day?
$40.
I paid $20.
Oh man.
He was giving it away. I was like,
Man.
yeah, I want a white one, so I'm gonna take that. This is
Man,
gonna,
he sold you a brick. Must not work.
well, possibly.
I'm just kidding. But you rattle. There's certain things that you.
It sounds
Just-
good.
yeah, there's
The
certain
kid,
instincts
you
you
know,
have.
The kid was he was a younger guy, and like I could tell, like he was like, yeah, he had a bunch of them. He's like, I just don't do this. Like I'm trying to sell them.
There is a certain tactile instinct you
Well,
get
here's
about
the-
like this thing's probably busted versus not. and
Right, exactly.
It's
but
not giving you
here's,
any
here's
flags.
the thing.
so-
The reason I bought it, the hard drive in there's worth $20.
I know you're
So I
already
was
good.
like,
You're already
cool,
good.
I'm done.
You're
I'm
way good.
happy to
The
get
power brick's worth like 15. you know?
Right. It was a steaming deal, and now we get to the cool stuff. I'm just gonna kind of tidy a little bit, and we're gonna come to this. I got this Nintendo bag, NES bag, for $10.
Oh, I love it.
They were giving it away
What?
because there's a lock stuck on it, and I was like,
Oh,
I
solid.
own
You
like
got tools.
5 pairs of bolt cutters,
Yeah, bolt cut.
and
that
one
shit.
of the zippies is broken, but I don't care. So once we move this flag, we'll see the good stuff I got.
Do you remember who got this for you?
Dude across the aisle from us, one of the resellers or the vendors,
Okay.
the tall guy.
Yep.
He and his wife were vending. I can't remember his name.
Dude.
This is the
Love
good
it.
stuff. This is the good stuff. These
Oh.
actually I brought with me, but that's the SP I told you I got. I got this for $25. It just needs a reshow.
Love it.
I'm
Yes.
probably gonna put a screen in this.
Great
too.
mod piece if you want to,
Yeah.
like you said, reshell and put it into something more gourmet.
These
Point out
are,
the ones that are empty if there are any, but
so
you
these
don't
I,
have to do that right now. But yeah, let's
these
go.
I've got at a little local game store. I think I probably overpaid for this one, but it's another Nintendo published game, a little puzzle game that I think
Great
is
game.
cool.
Yeah.
PopCap game, nice puzzle game, nice clean copy. Figure why not?
I love the tactics price here. This is the same dude that hooked Chris up on the Final Fantasy VI.
Right. So this is
Same
missing-
dude that did this deal, right? Yeah,
Yeah,
it was
same
the
guy,
same
same
dude
guy.
for $225 there.
So
45.
it's it's missing all the like promotional packets, but it has the cart, a nice cart,
Just basic
a
cart,
nice
basic
manual, and
manual.
a nice box.
Does it have the inlay that
It
kind
does
of
have
holds it
the
together?
cardboard inlay,
That's
yes.
super helpful.
And this is just gonna get set somewhere, and I'm gonna stare
Your
at it.
favorite
So,
GBA game,
This is
correct?
this is probably my favorite game of all time.
Going into this event, there was like there were 2 games that Gage was like, I'm on a mission for, and it was those 2 because there were pictures.
There
in
was a heart
advance.
gold that was number 3, but it didn't work out. The guy was asking top dollar for it, and he was not willing to trade. I
Yeah,
threw so many.
he wasn't
good trades at him.
unreasonable, but
No,
you
he
wanted to
just-
trade at that value. It's like I don't want to pay cash. I can pay cash for that any day of the
Exactly.
week.
So I passed on it, which I'm happy
Yeah.
about. These
I
guys.
love that for 45.
Yeah, sweet. These guys are empties.
Okay,
This
empties, but you got the cart from me.
I have all the
on
cards.
The orc.
I got a
Oh,
card
and
from
you got
you.
this from Dusty's.
I
cart.
got the card from him, and
Oh.
actually, this is complete. I got this from. Well, it's not complete. It's missing the manual, but it's got a card. $15. I
No
got
what
this
manual
from.
ever existed for this? I don't think so.
I got this from Evan, which I'm happy
Okay.
with. He's always hooking it up.
It's complete. There's no manual for that.
Oh, there's no. Okay,
Yes.
cool. Then it is complete. This is cool. I got an empty case from a guy, and then at the end of the day, I traded a crappy Yu-Gi-Oh game and another crappy like barely $10 Spyro Season of
Yeah,
Ice
yeah,
that was
yeah.
destroyed.
Yeah, it was
traded
not big.
both of those for
A cart of
an
that.
ugly Yoshi's Island and a manual, and I already had a manual, so I'm gonna need a card upgrade.
Hey, so yeah, now you compare that with your uglier manual, or you know what I mean?
Right, eventually I'll get
Boom,
rid of
boom,
it.
and you just need a nice
He
card.
had
That's cool.
$16 on this, and he was like going to look up something else to like even the deal because I was like the 2 cards I have are like $20 together, but it's a soft 20.
Yeah.
And he was like going to look it up, and I was like, dude, Don't even bother. I'll straight up do that because this is a huge upgrade. This is a stronger game. It's ugly,
Yeah.
but
All right, let's keep rolling. I want to go straight to the good stuff.
word.
Polarium, just a good value there. $6.
Yep. $5.
$5.
That I paid. I traded. I got that, a manual for a game I needed, TMNT on Xbox, and a common game that was in another stack. I basically got it for all that stuff for 25 trade, which I was happy with.
Sweet.
Super good.
Yeah.
The Starfy I think I got for 25.
Cash.
Cash
I
money
like
I
that.
paid for that one.
I like that. CIB.
I don't think there's anything in here. There's a couple loose carts I got, and I think the
Couple of Meteoses.
the only special thing in here is that I got today was this Metroid Zero Mission. I got it at 70 from this retro rat place, but I traded in some figures that my uncle gave me to sell that I didn't really move. I basically got this for free because when I tell him I didn't sell anything, he's gonna be like, "Dude, just take it for gas
The way they were
money."
valuing them were fine for trades. Like,
Yeah.
the figures weren't. Yeah, they
And
weren't like
actually,
high end.
that Bard's Tale I got, they threw that in too. So I got the Bard's Tale
Oh,
and
that's
this
nice.
basically for free in
Free
my
a
mind.
tenner, so that's solid.
I was happy with it. This dude, $20 works. It's got a couple dead pixels, but it's a nice backup unit.
Yeah, $20.
I was happy. They had 30 on it, and I was like $20, and they were like, "Yeah, it sounds great."
This sounds like 2012 price. You know, like back
Dude,
in
I
the
was like,
day
holy
type
shit,
numbers.
really?
Yeah.
I paid that for this. I want to play it bad.
49. Yeah.
Played that for this. A cool one. It used to be more money, but I was like, I'm interested enough to pay
Weird.
retail for it to
Okay. B Simulator.
25 for this. Factory sealed. Another game I want to play.
This one's kind of uncommon. Like it's.
It's cool. It's
Maybe
got
I'm
all the
thinking of
stuff
Skyrim,
on
but
it.
I might be thinking of Skyrim, but it's a great one.
It's a neat one. This is that manual we were talking about. I
Cool.
have a case and a disc.
Are you saying best for last? Yeah, say best for last, and then I love this deal. I oversaw this deal. I forget exactly what it was, but he basically came down to like a 50 trade value on that essentially.
So I basically traded him a Master Quest GameCube
Yes,
Zelda,
no
manual, straight for this. And look at this.
Oh, it's so nice.
And
Dude,
it
it's
turns on
minty
immediately.
looking. Receiver and
Receiver's
everything.
good.
Nope, very little wear on that.
It's beautiful.
Dude,
I
these
mean,
go for 75 all day online.
the guy was my favorite guy to deal with. I got several deals from him throughout the day, and this was the final one we did.
I got some empty DS cases off him. Solid dude.
really nice
What
guy.
What did Daniel do?
So this one, missing the Manny. I didn't even look at the disc. I didn't really care. I knew. Ooh, we could
buff.
We could buff. Yeah, that's fine. This is a player for me. He was asking 2 on it. I had a stack of GameCube games, Japanese GameCube games, and he sorted through them and he found 3 that he liked. They were about $10 a piece. So he's like, "I'll take these 3 and I'll call it 150." So he was like, "I'm gonna do it for 180," and I was like, "I don't want to give him $150 for this." So I said I had more Japanese GameCube games, probably about 10. Most of them were crap. I basically had $3 or $4 a piece into them. So I said, "Hey, how about the whole stack of Japanese GameCube games and $130 cash?"
Oh, good
And he
range.
shook on it immediately.
Love it, Gage.
So
Those Japanese GameCube games, you're not gonna find many people that
no,
will
and I
value
picked the
them.
good
They
ones
just
out.
don't
I
want
picked the good ones out. There was
Yeah.
a Smash in there that was, that's value, and there was a Beautiful Joe. I kept those for my friend. I passed them along. I got rid of the rest of the junk. So
I love that.
That
Great way to
was
come down on the price.
the gem.
And
of
seriously,
the
I
night.
think you would have been stuck with those Japanese disc only GameCube.
I was
They were
struggling.
Japanese. They were disc only. You would have had them for a long time.
Yep.
I promise you. It's just because it's not right for a lot of people. Gage, I love it. Thank you for the recap. Got Ping Pong and Chris and Phil over there. Great recaps there. My turn. Hope I have enough data on this phone to do a really quick recap. I'm a pro at this. I know how to zoom through it, tell the good stuff, the good stories here. $15 at the end of the day. Some people just hook me up. I don't know, probably because maybe they did well and they know it takes a lot of work to put these events on, and I don't ask for the deals. It's just they kind of solicit me and they're like, "Hey, you want to get some of these?" I'm like, "How much?" Like $2 a piece, and I counted them all up, and I was just like, about 15 for all this. I think I offered 20 or something. He's like, "I'll just do 15." I don't know. It was like $15. Maybe I rounded up to 20. I forget. 15, 20, whatever. Cheap. Nothing crazy, but solid stuff. This I got off Gage actually yesterday. I just wanted to show it as a hot potato. I got to do this for my friends. For your average person, man, if they're not just like taking taking care of their hot potatoes, where it's like it's a hot potato, it's in your hands, it's burning you. You need to flip that thing quick, get it out of your hands, get this thing sold. It's not gonna sustain its value for long. I don't want anything to do with this. I don't want to trade for it. I don't want to buy it while it's way up. But like, it needs to get on eBay. But when it's my friend that has it and he's not eBaying, it's like, bro, I'm gonna get that off you. I'm gonna get this thing sold. Let's get this thing gone, man. Because Armored Core is just really hot right now. You know, try to just sell it for like 50, 40 bucks before it goes down to 20, 15 or something in the future. Same cool dude that was doing like empty cases for really cheap. Got this for $5, and I got this in my last pickups video I did. Got these nice and cheap, and look at that. Now it's CIB. That's what it's all about. But that same dude did basically these 3 for $45. Nice CIB Wild Arms. I didn't look into it. He had it marked at 40. So mint. Feeling like that just seems right. That seems good. But again, kind of did a combo deal where it was 45 for everything. So that means if I paid 35 for this, I paid 10 for these 2. Empty and 5 for Red Seal 2. Great title here. Not very expensive. Little uncommon. Like, it's got a great thing going for it where it's like nice and cheap. It's probably not going to get too pricey, but the gameplay is there. Well worth the dollars when you get this at your local game store for $10 or less. Like, treat yourself. Good game there. Fire Emblem trade. Basically, valuation on my end was 150. The heavy I didn't really like to come off of was Kingsfield Ancient City. PS2 had a really mint copy. It's like I wasn't really that anxious to trade it away, but a super mint copy of disc of Fire Emblem. A little dusty, a little smudgy on top, but like never been buffed. I can just tell when I look, and just so clean. And to value that at 150 trade, I put 150 of my values into it. That's just a solid move to make. When you're selling games, like, you want the liquidity of Fire Emblem. It's got to be nice though. I don't want to discount Fire Emblem. It's a little sketch, but really nice shape. Means it's going to be cheaper and very easy to sell. Pair of these for 10 trade off of we called it 10 a piece. I traded with somebody that, like, he's like, all right, man, we always got to do a deal at every event. Like, it's tradition, and sure enough, we've done it like 10 events in a row. So he wanted House of the Dead 2 and 3 returns on Wii, and he was like, how about these 2 for it? It's like, done deal, man. We just got to keep the streak alive. I got a case and manual for this. I've had it for a while. I'm just like, I just need to source a disc for Techromancer. I'll have myself a nice CIB Techromancer. I want to get a decent deal on one. I paid 80 for this. Pretty much matched eBay, I would say. But, you know, I like that I get to look at the disc. It's definitely nice. It has a very light buff job, and it'll be fantastic. So, like, I'll pay that. If I'm going to pay that on eBay, I'll pay that here locally. And get to inspect it, like it. I know it's going to work. Techromancer. Finally got that done. That feels good. When you got that game that's case manual, and you're like, I really want a nice complete copy of this, and now it's done. One of those dumb value pieces, but 2 30 years on my table, traded for this. Need to buff it up, clean it up, new case, and solid little chunker value there. Kind of just helping the guy out. Sometimes I make moves where I'm like, I don't really feel it, but like, he was really happy to do a deal with me. So, like, I'm not losing at all. Might even be winning a little bit after I do some cleaning, and like, I'll do those moves. Got this in for 15 trade because Gage wants it, so I'll move that to him. I want to shout out one of our featured vendors there, Nerd Cave. Who was shopping these around. He's like, does anybody want to buy a couple N64s? OEM controllers, nice sticks on them, nice clean systems, jumpers inside. Like, can't ask for a better, like, ready to sell. Maybe dust them up a little bit. OEM power, got video cables ready to go. $50 a pop. So for a dude that's like, he vends at cons and stuff, like, he travels around and goes to flea markets and stuff, and, you know, the kind of guy that I would expect his N64s to be at least 75 up to like $90, sometimes even $100. These guys that sell at local marts and stuff will just be like, yeah, I sell them for 100 because I get 100. Like, I can get 100 more often than I can get an N64 to sell. So I'm gonna sell them for what I can get for them. That's like a common $100 N64 type sellers, and I don't know, for that guy to be at $50 on them. Shout out to Nerd Cave, like deals there. Guy will provide the deals, and then notice this is just like game store Wii titles. You know, not many Wii titles are like, oh yeah, we can't get enough of those. Those just sell like crazy. But this is about as good as it gets for a game store, specifically Wii Sports Resort. Oh, that's why. So Wii Sports is in here, but then there's a Wii Sports Resort in here, so I just need to swap those. But yeah, that's just shop stock fodder. What I traded for, interestingly enough, was another Wii title. It was Metroid Prime Trilogy Steelbook with a slip sleeve, really nice shape. I was like, man, I kind of overpaid for this. I've held on to it, and it's kind of lost some value. And I don't really want to trade it out for cheap, you know? Like, I want 120 for this Metroid Prime Trilogy. And he was like, how about all this? And the value's there, so sure. I think go to some of my game selling, convention selling buddies, and they'll be really appreciative of that stuff. So I'll get those into the right hands. Shop stock Wii. I think that covers it. Really solid event. Made a lot of moves. Made a lot of like sales left and right. Probably $500 in sales, but working out those trades all throughout the day definitely took every minute of the day out of my ability to film and take pictures and stuff. So time flew by. Solid event. Definitely building off the last one. It was an improvement in every way. So I think that caps it. Yeah, those are my pickups. We'll leave it at that.